Welcome to the Embrace Strength podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Crocker. I am an experienced trainer and active life professional. I work with people who are struggling with nagging pain to get back to the activities they love without fear of re-injury. This podcast is here to educate and provide value to you on all things health, fitness, staying active, and personal development. Let's dive in. Hello. Welcome to this week's weekly recap. This is weekly recap number 10. So that's cool. I've been doing this for a little over 2 months now. I'm glad my microphone and podcast software decided to work today. It's been really weird recently. There's been some glitches with the app that I used to record in, but I'm happy it's working today. So let me think. This week feels like it was super busy. And so I'm just going to get right into it and we'll go from there. So on the life side of things, I got to 4 classes at the gym this week, which felt really good. 3 strength, 1 cardio day, which has been my goal. And then in terms of personal mobility work that I've been doing, I've been trying to just work in some stuff before class and after class, getting there a little bit early so that I can do a few specific mobility exercises. The few things that I am most focused on keeping up with, at least for this month, is hip internal rotation, big toe extension, doing some ankle dorsiflexion stuff, and some sciatic nerve flosses. So primarily lower body stuff I'm worried about because I don't want to have any back pain or have a foot flare up. So those are the exercises I am keeping in and doing a little bit every time I go and work out. So we will see. I'm definitely more sore than I expected, but we are at the gym. They were starting a new strength cycle. So we had a couple of testing days, which, by the way, I was really impressed with myself. On Monday, we did a 10 rep max back squat, and I have not barbell back squatted in well over a year. I hardly ever do barbell back squat. We don't have a lot of weight at home in terms of putting it on the bar, and also it's just uncomfortable on my ankle, so I don't do it much. And I know that unilateral work, single leg work keeps up your strength so much, and that just proves it yet again because I was able to. Now, disclaimer, I do have my heels slightly elevated because that's just the only way I'm going to get to depth with the hardware in my surgical ankle. So my heels were slightly elevated, but I was able to do 135 for 10 reps on barbell back squat. I was super excited about that, really surprised, and my legs felt strong. I was once again, unilateral work for the win. This is why I love that shit so much, because it maintains your strength really, really well, and I do everything at tempo, and that also maintains your strength, more time under tension. And so let this be an encouragement to anybody who's listening who might be working through an injury or dealing with pain, and you're doing a lot of unilateral work, which you should be. You maintain your leg strength really well, even for double leg squatting. So let that be an encouragement to you. And the reverse is not necessarily true. If you do nothing but squatting with your 2 legs, your single leg strength could be super weak. I've literally seen clients come to me that can back squat 300 pounds and cannot even do a body weight step up on both legs for reps. And that is a large problem. So anyways, unilateral for the win. So I was excited about that. And then the other test I was excited about was dumbbell bench press for 5 reps. I was able to bench the 50-pound dumbbells for 5, which I was so stoked about and honestly shocked by. I do more bilateral, so 2 arm movements at the same time. I do more of that in my upper body, but I do still do a lot of single arm upper body as well. But we only our dumbbells at home only go to 30 pounds, so I didn't really know what to expect, and I was really pleased with being able to do the 50s for 5 reps. So that was exciting. But anyways, as a result, your girl is Thor, but it feels good. I feel like I'm going to get really strong with having access to heavier weights, and I am excited about it. So hopefully my body can keep it together in terms of continuing to feel good. And another life thing that happened this week was it was Patrick's birthday, so we got to go out last night, so that was fun. We've been wanting to go to this sushi burrito place for like a really long time. And so we finally got to go to that. It was delicious, and that was fun. And let me think. Okay, so biz side of things with work, I signed a new one-on-one client this week, so that was super exciting. Really excited to work with her. She's dealing with some knee pain that has been going on for over a year, so excited to help her. Got her going on her customized program. She was somebody who came in and did an assessment first. All my potential clients do an assessment first so I can make sure that I can help you. And then she signed on to be a client. So really pumped about that. And I am working on putting together a couple of shorter term offers and see how those do. So putting together some 6 and 8 week offers. The 8-week offer is going to be for one-on-one programming, customized programming. It's like a taster for like my full-blown long-term one-on-one, but the commitment is only 8 weeks. So if you're someone that's been on the fence, that's going to be the container for you to still get moving in the right direction towards getting out of pain. Anyway, more to come on that. But on the coach mentorship side of things, I'm putting together a 6-week offer for the summer. I'm really only talking about this to my email list. So if you are somebody, or if you are a coach specifically in your first 5 years and you are looking for guidance and mentorship on working with your clients, programming, planning, that sort of thing, you'll want to get on my email list to stay in the loop for that. So again, the details coming out about that to my email list specifically soon. But if you are somebody listening to this who has been on the fence about working with me in either capacity, either a like mentorship capacity or a programming and coaching capacity, these shorter term offers are a really great way to get a taste of what it's like to work with me without a standard 6-month commitment. So I'll have some links below for you to like send me a message or something if you are interested about either of those offers. I will probably start putting out info about the 8-week one-on-one programming short-term offer like next week. And then emails are going to start going out about the mentorship offer next week as well. So send me a message if you already know that you're interested or want more details on either of those things. And then finally, I have been prepping for my first in-person retreat that I'm hosting next week. I cannot believe this is finally here. I'm so excited. It's going to be really awesome, and I'm excited to meet my clients in person. These 3 girls that are coming, I have been working with each of them for a long time, a couple of years. And so it'd be really cool to finally see them in person, get to work through some things in person. So I've been planning the workshops for that, getting together everyone's like little goodie bag stuff. And I printed out some really nice branded schedules. So it's really cool to see this all come together and what the workshops are going to look like. So basically, everyone's getting in on Thursday, next Thursday, and they're coming Thursday through Monday. So Thursday is kind of like everyone's getting there at different times. So not doing too much on the coaching side of thing on Thursday, but on Friday and Saturday are basically full workshop days. We're doing 3 workshops a day, 2 hours each, and different subjects, basically, or topics, whatever you want to call it. We're going to talk about branding and content strategy. Then the other stuff is going to be like directly client coaching stuff. We're going to go over programming skills, remote programming skills, live session skills. We're going to be doing some mock sessions, some mock assessments. I'm really excited. I'm bringing some workout equipment down, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've wanted to host something like this for years, and so it's really cool that I have clients who are like on board with participating. So, and then we're also going to be talking about client organization, programming organization, that sort of thing. So yeah, the goal anytime, like in person, is for going really deep and being in a focused place to think about what you're doing in your business, your coaching, things like that. Anytime I've gone to a in-person event, retreat situation, afterwards, I am so energized and excited, and it's just so great. Like, not only do you get a lot of clarity participating, but it's also really energizing to be around other people in the room who are doing what you do. Because I bet if you're a coach, you don't really have anybody who does what you do, understand what you do in your life in person. You might have some online friends, long distance friends, but like it's really hard to find that in person. And so it's so refreshing to be in a room like, wow, these people all get my life. They understand what I do. They get it, right? And so that's another really huge pro to going to something in person. And so yeah, Friday, Saturday will be long learning days, and then Sunday will be like our outing day. We're going to the aquarium. We're going to go out to dinner. Really excited. And then dropping everyone off at the airport on Monday morning, Memorial Day. So I'm really excited to host this retreat. We'll see how this one goes, but I have a feeling I'm definitely going to want to continue to host more retreats if possible in the future, at least once a year. I'm thinking potentially twice a year, but it just depends on schedules, life, things like that. But minimum once a year, I would love to have a coaches retreat. And if you're listening to this and you're like, man, I would be really interested in something like that. My retreats are pretty much closed to people who I have worked with in a one-on-one mentorship capacity previously. So if you are like interested in that at all, you have to get in my one-on-one space so that I can know you. I'm not really into like hosting strangers and things like that. So I have to know you. I have to make sure that it's a good fit, it's a good vibe with the other coaches who are going. So yeah, if you are interested in a retreat or would ever be interested in coming to one of my retreats, then you should work with me one-on-one. But the goal of this retreat experience is, or one of the goals is, I really want the girls to be able to get a lot of practical feedback on doing their job better, because coaches don't get that a lot. You don't get that a lot. And when you're in person, you can it just changes the whole dynamic, and you can get so much more done in person. So I'm really looking forward to that. And even if you're a coach who works online or wants to be mostly online, you need to have in-person practice skills. It makes you a better coach online. Yes, it's a different skill set, and we will actually specifically be going over remote client stuff as well, but I'm a big believer in you do need that hands-on practice. You need constructive feedback in order to get better. So I'm stoked for that. And yeah, so that's basically what's going on in my world, what's coming up. The next weekly recap is honestly going to drop on the 26th. I'm not going to be able to drop a recap next Friday because I'm going to be fully present at the retreat. So the next recap is going to drop on the 26th, and it's probably going to be me recording it in my car when I'm driving back. So just setting some expectations for that. And yeah, that one will probably be all about the retreat because that's basically the majority of my week. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you next time.